this to Mark and I say it to Adam. The two of them look like they can still play. I mean, they are in great shape. So it's great to have them around just as examples for these kids, because you couldn't have better examples. But why don't you take us back to coming to the New York Rangers? Rangers sign you away from the Edmonton Oilers after you won a championship in Edmonton. Take us back to becoming a New York Ranger. What was that like for you?
Well, that was the summer of 1991, and I'll never forget, I was 23 at the time. We had won a cup year and a half previous to that in Edmonton. And the one thing that a lot of people didn't know is Neil Smith was in Detroit, was the head scout who drafted me to Detroit, and I played parts of 3 seasons with Detroit, and then was traded to Edmonton for 2 years. And that's where I first played for Glenn and played with Mark. And then when I became available as a Type 1 or a Group 1 free agent, which no longer exists under the current CBA. So excuse me, I came in, I signed as a free agent. The weird part of that whole thing was I was going to camp with players that were going to end up playing in Edmonton, and the arbitration or the hearing with the arbitrator wasn't going to take place for another 2 weeks after I signed. So you have to imagine this. If everyone on the seats here, everyone that's here right now are in camp, I was one of those guys in camp, and 2 people out of the others, or 3 or whatever, knew that they might be going to Edmonton as compensation for me. And it was really an uncomfortable 2 weeks, to say the least, especially when you come in and try to be humble and you try to, earn your respect and everything else. So, fortunately or unfortunately, a couple weeks later, they asked for, I believe, Stephen Rice and Louis DeBrusk, and it ended up being Troy Millette, who was a tough player, a good man, someone I've gotten to know over the years and have a lot of respect for. He went to Edmonton, and then after the first game of the season, in which it was in Boston, I wore number 11 just for 1 game. It's bad trivia.